How do you feel about that sign?
I don't know. I can't read. I went to public school. I'm fucking illiterate.
I like
That's good. This sign clearly shows a Beretta, and I'm carrying a Glock, so.
Yeah, I was just saying. Technically, I'm not violating that one because yeah, I have a Glock 45. That's a Beretta.
I thought you said you can't read.
I mean, I can look at pictures. I'll say, Grug understand picture. Picture say no Beretta. Grug no carry Beretta. Grug carry Glock.
I mean, I think it's great that there's pressure inside of there.
In your possession right here, you're in violation of state law.
What?
Oh, that guy said that this was the border, and as long
Nope.
as we didn't cross
Who said
it,
that?
it's fine.
One of the other
over there.
Yeah, nope.
Camera and record it too.
Nope. You're right now. You're in violation of state law.
What's the line that
It's
goes
in
to
the
sidewalk was
yeah, I'll give
the,
you. I'll show you
We actually have it here for you.
an infographic.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I've got one as well.
Because I know the. Have you read the code?
Yeah,
You talked about it, right?
The code is mostly if it's a permitted event. We're not a permitted event. We're moving around and we're walking.
The specific code for carrying the firearms capital has nothing to do with the permit. It's any at all.
Right.
All right. So if you read the code,
I do not.
it talks about
Would you like a note?
50 feet.
Yes, please.
Talks about 50 feet west
Why aren't you wearing it?
of the entrance to Pocahontas building, which is this building here. So 50 feet west.
50 feet. Where's this building here is the entrance?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
so 50 feet
right there.
west of that doorway,
Going that way.
going that way,
Okay.
and then all the way 50 feet east
Of this doorway. Right.
So we could go in between.
No, that's
No, you would have
that
to
whole
go,
zone is
basically, you
excluded.
can't be in
whole
those
zone.
spots. So you could
Okay,
be
correct.
down there, and if you want to, you'd walk around.
How far, like where those white balls are?
So there should be a sign approximately where that 50 feet is
Right.
that says
For the prohibited
that
items.
prohibited
All right.
items
How
has
long do you
the code.
discuss this
Materials,
with
yeah.
I'm
When
sorry?
did this come
with
out?
the Richmond Free
This
Press?
law
I was just
was
wondering
passed
how
last
long do
year.
you
Last
discuss
year?
it with them?
Around this time?
How long am I going to
July
discuss
1
it with them?
Yeah.
July 1,
July 1
2021.
last year.
All
Okay,
right,
so
so
it's a
that
new thing.
so that they understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay, no,
that's-
that's
I
just a
mean,
question.
we want people to
No, I
understand.
know.
we
We have no problems.
Okay, yeah.
We don't want problems. We just,
Yeah.
Could we get out to that way?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah,
a
y'all
police
can make
officer
it
for
there.
the state.
You're not allowed to have firearms here?
Okay, sir.
All right, so we'll walk to that way and,
Well,
and
no,
exit.
no. We'll go that way. Because we've already got this locked off here with people. So we'll go this way. But if you want to get to that side, you'll just go around Main Street. Yeah.
All right,
walk
we'll
around.
go
Yeah,
over
that's no
here
problem.
because that seems out of
Okay,
where
yeah, that's
we want
fine.
to go.
You want to go 50 feet that way? That's fine.
Sure.
Additionally, you're required to have a permit for any state-controlled spaces in this area if you're having an event.
An
which-
event like
which
a rally of people, you know.
Yeah, we're just doing an open carry walk. It's not an event. It's not a rally. We're just walking.
Well,
exercising our right to open carry.
Okay, as long as you guys are walking.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
That-
walking,
that
just
fits,
avoid
but,
those areas that
right.
we've already said
But
on Main
stopping
Street.
to yell and get people's attention,
Oh, no.
You
that
haven't
would
heard us
that
do
would
that, right?
that would
Yeah.
fall under that category of needing a
We just
permit
wanted
for
to
the
meet up
event.
with one of our
Now,
peers here.
Okay.
Other question. There should be a
Later.
sign. There should be a sign too that's right over there. That's the.
What do you
that
think
line.
about does constitutional right to carry trump state rights in terms of public property?
Sir, I'm not going to get into any discussion of that. If you've got an issue with the law or the Constitution, you can address that with your legislator.
That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're.
Well, we made it farther than the other gun groups, apparently.
You see how many cops
They were with
up
the
right
fence,
there?
so they knew where they
They
were
were not
supposed to
there
be.
before.
Yeah.
Again, the answer is always no unless you find out, right? Unless you prod and test the perimeter. All right, we're good here, guys. This is a good spot to chill.
But yeah, we're here. We're here to express the right to carry our firearms and maintain a presence against tyranny because it is ever prevalent and ever growing, and we are not going to sit by and allow that to happen. And we have the courtesy of showing our teeth before biting, which is what this expression is.
Who's the leader of your group here? That'll be me. What's your name? Cal.
Cal, Tony Galata. Nice
Tony.
to meet you, Capitol Police.
Pleasure.
I know you're talking to some of my guys
Yeah,
out
they're going to
there.
give me some.
There you go.
Oh, awesome.
So had to
Appreciate
print it out and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
just a lot of things have changed around here. We know what you guys are trying to do, man. We
Right.
appreciate it and stuff like that. But like I
Yeah, they said this came out in July
yes,
last year.
They changed everything. It used to be certain areas. Now it's pretty much anything owned. or governed by DGS.
Is it something like Youngkin could get away or something?
Well, some of it's law, some of it's regulation, but DGS, it's DGS permitted. They fall directly under the governor. So
Right.
that's stuff, like I said, this is all the information you
What
need.
does DGA stand for?
Department of General Services.
Okay.
So that's all the stuff you need to require permit, where, and they can guide you and stuff like
Right.
that. So.
But walking around is just a casual.
So if you
open
read
carry.
this technically, so like this is all governed and owned by DGS. So even these areas, any groups more than 10,
Yeah.
require permit.
Right.
So and then there's certain areas that are gun-free zones, and then there's a combination of both. So it's a little gray.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a little gray. It's gray to us too, but we
Yeah.
know kind of, you know.
Well, we're not here to.
No, you
throw bricks or
guys are
anything.
being great and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We appreciate it, but like I said, we get calls and people get concerned, and legislators, you know, everyone.
Which trumps more, the Constitution or the state laws?
Well, right now we're governed under state law, right? We have to enforce state law.
Does the Constitution on the right to own firearms, right? Doesn't that trump, especially on public property? Will that is that a contested
I see
area?
what you're saying, but this is state-owned and areas that require permits. So that's, if you look in the code, right? That'll tell you where you can carry firearms around here, and the same thing. So it would be like me going to your house and just setting up a barbecue, right? That's what it is right now.
It belongs to somebody.
It's state
Yeah.
DGS. See what I'm saying? So it's like it's a fine line. So
Sure.
But no, we appreciate you guys being cooperative and like I said.
I mean, I could say, well, I'm not going to go this long rant.
I would love
but
to say I enforce the law, but I don't make the law. So I appreciate what
All right,
you
I've been
guys
asking some other people. If there's a law that says you have to get a vaccine, like other countries are doing that,
Right.
would you, in your good conscience, is that something you would enforce, like forcing people to get a vaccine?
I don't have to worry about that right now, right?
Right.
I'm not doing any I don't do hypothetical.
Are there? But you would. There is something in the police force where you can't follow something against your good conscience, right? The military has that. I don't know if the.
Conscientious objective.
Yeah. Well, no.
Something-
In the
something similar to
in the
that,
military, you can't, under good conscience, follow an immoral law.
But again, I will never do hypothetical.
Right.
All right. So
But you-
I know what we need to do here.
But you have a good conscience that you would do so.
I have a good conscience, but like I said, I just right now there's no real answer here. Right
Never
now.
answer. All right.
Thank you.
What's going on, y'all? Just taking a stroll. What?
You said what?
You can't come to Capitol Square with your weapons.
That's not. There's other people out there.
Yeah, they're getting them out of there.
Get them out of where?
We can't even peacefully take a
You
walk.
get, no, they get the law. I mean, I agree
Taking
with
a
you,
walk.
but I can't. It's the law, okay?
But you
We,
agree with it?
we
What's the
can't.
law?
We can't peacefully take a walk, boys.
No.
Can you?
You can't carry your weapons in Capitol Square.
Can you request the AG to come talk to us?
I don't know where he's at.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sure all the lawmakers are here.
tonight, if you would carry them to the inside the street.
What do y'all think? Can we peacefully take a walk?
I think we should be able to peacefully take a walk.
What have we done for the past 3 years straight? Peacefully taking
I
a walk.
understand. I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but this is law. You can't come up there.
I'm requesting to have the AG brought out here so
No, I
we can talk
can't.
to
I
him.
can't do that.
Well, one of y'all can. Somebody here.
I mean, it's.
Looks like it. Yeah. What's the state law? Sir, you need to carry it to the other side of the street.
And y'all think this is fair?
As long as I'm in this uniform, I don't have an opinion.
Enforce unconstitutional laws?
That's definitely a lawsuit. Right on the other side. Don't disturb it because then for the Richmond police get
We're just having a conversation, brother.
I understand. I understand.
Not
We
getting
need to take
hostile.
it to the other side.
Just the past 3 years, we've come here peacefully.
I understand.
Stood around.
Had
and walked.
30,000 here one time.
Yeah, we
I
sure
agree
did.
with you. Not a bit of trouble. It's not like having him today. I can't. My post is here. I have to stay here. So if you would just carry it across. Coming in hot. Demonstrate. Have a good time.
Bring your guys over here. The strike team over here.
Strike team? You don't.
Did he say strike team? Did he say strike team? He said strike team.
What does that mean? We don't get shot?
Hey, y'all, the police just summoned the strike team, so we don't know what that means. Are y'all bringing guns? It's supposed to be lobby day.
Yeah, you guys are carrying on Capitol Square. You're not supposed to do that.
So what's going on here? You just called the strike team? Is that what just happened just now? Oh, now you can't talk. Did you just call the strike team?
enforce it.
You don't got your name displayed? Is that against the law? What's your name? What?
I knew his face looked familiar.
Are you guys Virginia Beach people? So funny. They didn't let you guys through up there?
They sure did it.
Wow, they let us through. Yeah, we had a great time. Photo ops and everything.
Let's team up and do it again. What's up?
We're getting ready to break for lunch, but you guys have fun with that. You guys, did they stop you here?
Sure did.
Wow. You got to go around. You got to sneak up behind them, and then you got to ask like a lost tourist that can't speak English.
We are supposed to be there. I just want to go for a walk, man.
Exactly. Stretch our legs. Go for a little walkabout.
Need a permit to go for a walk?
They called the strike team in on us.
Did they?
Oh, we got surrounded, like fucking.
All these fucking cars are still here because of us.
I tried to remind them of that oath they swore to the Constitution.
Oh, they're like, what Constitution?
We work for the state. We don't work for.
Yeah, he said as long as I wear this badge. I said, oh, you hide behind that badge, brother.
No, I tried that Pokemon card, like throws Constitution. It failed.
It was super ineffective. Hey, is that piece of metal level 4?
Well, I'm trying to do the Uno switch and be over there while they're.
When they pull that, when they pull that work for the state. Good. When they pull that work for the state, this is what you tell them. The Virginia Constitution has Article 1, Section 13 that you swore an oath to as well.
This guy knows. This guy knows his stuff.
Tripping dickhead who apparently had more authority came over and was like, everyone with a firearm is currently in violation of state law. And I was like, is there an award for that? Do I get a medal?
Vincent?
Don't fucking leave.
Probably working. He's got a new,
Yeah, they don't even agree on what the rules are.
I know, right?
themselves.
And they're just like, oh, here's this piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. I went to public school, bro. I'm illiterate. Like, what the fuck? I can't read.
I'm a product of
Yeah, like I'm a product of your bullshit institutions. You fucking think I can read your shit? Come on now.
It's going to remind Virginia or California's coming in here. This is a gun state. It'll always be a gun state as long as we got air and blood breathing through us. And it's important for us to do this every year. It's an annual gun day tradition to come out here and to remind them that we're armed and lethal. And it's not just for their means, but for our means, for self-defense, right? A couple years ago, Northam was trying to ban rifles. So this is why we're here to bring this tradition out there for us. It's a generational thing. So it's like going for a walk in the park.
Your name again?
Cal.
It seems like there is a lot of complying.
There are some bills to try to get rid of that street as a designated, you can't fly flags or carry there. There's many bills to get rid of that, but...
And the Capitol Square as well.
Yes.
In fact, I believe that, I don't know how many different bills, there's a couple different variations, but that's one of the bills that's being proposed, is to let law-abiding citizens concealed carry people carry there legally without having to worry about going to jail.
I mean, do you trust the system that basically is unarmed activism can actually get the job done?
Yeah, I do. I didn't vote for Northam. I did vote for Youngkin. But, I complied with what Northam said because that was the law at the time.
Yeah, it's good to see other gun groups out here. I think it's good to see we're not the only ones out here. I know BCL kind of dropped the ball and not doing their own gun stuff.
Sorry, man. It's just fun. It's fun.
But it's good to show that there are other Virginians.
Man, they disappointed me, man.
I started again. How you doing?
Do you want to talk about the Patriot Food Drive going on here?
Yeah, sure. So we did this last year. This is our second year doing it. I intend on doing it every year. We're coming out here protesting in the city. There's people here. Not too many this year because of the weather, but in the past we've had a really good turnout here, and it's an excellent opportunity to collect food and give back to folks in the Commonwealth who are hungry. Last year we donated to Broken Men Foundation. This year we're going to donate to some local food banks down on the peninsula, and we're going to try and just spread the love around the state every year and get help to people who need it. One of the things we're big on is community organizing. That's one of the purposes of the militia, and it's one of the responsibilities inherent with being that well-regulated militia. Our ability to organize means that we can help understand where help is needed, and we can also reach out, because we're organized, we can reach out to people capable of giving help.
What is kind of the intersection between the Second Amendment and mutual aid?
So, the Second Amendment leads with a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. A militia does a whole lot more than just, run around with guns looking cool, right? We have a responsibility as a people to take care of each other and look after each other. And that's more than just our right to keep and bear arms. That's also in using that organizational capability for social good, like in this case, collecting and donating food.
Where's the food going to end up today?
What we've collected so far is going to go to Grove Christian Outreach Center in James City County. It's something, and I'm proud of the community that's come out and donated. I wish more people would overcome their fear and come out and help. Because I don't think there's anything to be afraid of here. There's no enemies out here.
What's the star about?
So during the Holocaust, Nazis marked Jews with the gold star. I'm Jewish. I had ancestors who died in Nazi death camps, or distant relatives, not particularly distant relatives. I had relatives who died in death camps on my maternal side of my family, in Romania, Hungary, and Poland. So I had one of these patches made because the point, to me, what's important about our Second Amendment rights is that something like that can never happen again because we are organized and we can defend ourselves. So if we see fascists come into the door saying, we hate Jews and we want to exterminate Jews because they're a plague on our society, the way the Nazis did, we can shoot them. Instead of having to get on the train, go to their camps, and do whatever. So I had this patch made a while back when we were having problems, dealing with, there were neo-Nazis out here. 4th of July of 2020, a whole bunch of them came to Richmond. And we chased them off because they're not welcome any more than communists or other extremists of that sort would be welcome. Had this patch made by a good friend of mine after the fact to point out, hey, if you have a problem with Jews, here I am, come and fucking get some.
And this is my longest, best good friend. It's how I got involved with all these guys. Literally before everybody, he's the first, conversation, had sit down, dinner, coffee, and then it's been a cool 3
almost.
years now.
Yeah, almost. It's, we started talking right after, so we actually reached out to them in early 2020, right after we got started, going, hey, if you guys are having issues with civil rights, we're happy to come out and make sure that everybody's playing fair. We're not going to tolerate bullshit from anyone. If you guys are up to bullshit, we're not going to tolerate it. If the cops are up to bullshit, we're not going to tolerate it. And they said, it was like, hey, that's what we're about too. We're about, peacefully and, exercising our rights. And then after George Floyd's murder, it was an excellent opportunity for us to demonstrate we stand together on the issue. So we helped. We helped manage security for them at some of the protests immediately after George Floyd's murder, and helped make sure that everybody involved was being honest, both to deter criminal activity that detracts from peaceful protesting, peaceful, effective protesting, and to encourage law enforcement to treat protesters with respect and observe people's rights.
And there was a time even where somebody was trying to hijack the BLM 757 name, and they actually put on a protest that was like, we're going to fuck stuff up, we're going to go out and do stuff, and we were just like, no. So it was kind of like a G-check sort of thing, because we're just like, people were like, well, if it's not your event, why would you go out there? Because somebody's utilizing our name to have a protest, and if we're not out there, we don't know who's doing it, and like, we're a meet you on the ground level type of person. And so we're just like, well, we're not gonna let nobody go up there and foul up what y'all been doing for the last 3-4 years just because they feel like, having a civil unrest in the neighborhoods, because we understand that these local businesses are local businesses, and we grew up in these neighborhoods, and so we had been not destroying stuff, and we weren't gonna start having somebody else get kicks off of that. And then lo and behold, we could say this, on all accounts, when there were quote unquote riots, it was somebody's little white kid that was threw in the trash can, that threw the rock, that busted the window, and then that's when all the violence would go out. So people be like, no, you can't say that. We were literally on the ground. And then that's when the Virginia State Police let off a tear bomb, or a tear gas bomb, literally for no reason. We were standing around like we were right now. We have it on camera. Then all of a sudden, I'm talking about literally, like we're standing right now. Then all of a sudden, boom. What the fuck was that?
Yep. Yeah, they ignored a bunch of white kids in black leather ransacking a store a block away and came in and started chucking gas at a crowd of peaceful protesters. They stopped when they realized that there were people in that crowd with guns, but it was just like, come on, man, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Okay. Does anyone want to talk about how did today go?
We attempted to go into Capitol Square armed. Police weren't too friendly about it. They're still continuously enforcing these unconstitutional laws. The whole point of Lobby Day is to get the laws that the people want passed, and I think they've spoken about the gun laws, so I don't think anybody wants them around.
Yeah. How do you think the 2A community's kind of changed in the last couple of years here in Richmond?
Lots of people following the law and lots of people complying, which doesn't make me too happy. But
at the same time, I think the Second Amendment community as a whole has grown and become more inclusive, and we're seeing people from across the political spectrum engaging with us who might not have before. So that's a big win, because we can start convincing people, across the political aisle, that pushing gun control is not in their best interests, and they need to respect our constitutional and civil rights for everyone. Regardless of our other politics, we can disagree on economics, we can disagree on social values, we can disagree on abortion, whatever the case might be. Like, that's not really relevant to the fact that we all have the right to peaceably assemble, we all have the right to petition our government, we all have the right to keep and bear arms, to be secure in our effects. That affects, those matter for all of us, regardless of political affiliation, allegiance. It's rights for all Americans. And so I think, what I'm hearing coming out of the legislative buildings today is that some Democrats are starting to wake up to that and realize that it's in their best interest to support our rights. And I'm hoping that our Republican legislators will remember that they have that responsibility to support our rights. I'm not particularly thrilled that the Capitol Police that work for a Republican Attorney General are out here enforcing an unconstitutional law. And I intend to ask questions about why are they doing that? Why did our allegedly pro-Second Amendment Governor, Lieutenant Governor, and Attorney General allow that to take place?